Why do human beings, unlike any other creature, crave certainty in the chaos around them? Why did early sailors risk endless horizons, trusting a piece of magnetized metal to guide them? The compass was simple, an iron needle kissed by a magnet, but its simplicity was deceptive. It reshaped not just ships, but the map of civilization, the psychology of ambition, the very way humans understood themselves. Before the compass, navigation was a dance with the unknown. Mariners watched the stars, felt the wind, memorized the patterns of waves. A single storm could erase knowledge, a single error could claim a ship. And yet, the compass arrived, not as a modern instrument of science, but as a mystical talisman of certainty, pointing north with quiet insistence. It is remarkable how such a small object could contain a truth larger than itself. The needle didn't just point north, it pointed to the future. And the story of that future begins thousands of years ago in the South China Sea, where merchants and sailors first noticed the strange behavior of lodestone, a naturally magnetized stone. Origins on the edge of the known. China, around the 11th century, was a civilization already remarkable for its inventions: paper, gunpowder, printing. Yet even among these wonders, the early compass carried a peculiar weight. Initially, it was not a tool of navigation, but of divination. Its ability to align with the invisible forces of the earth, the flow of qi, the balance of yin and yang, made it sacred. Imagine a navigator centuries ago holding a thin piece of lodestone, watching it tremble, then settle. The uncertainty of the sea, the endless horizon, shrank to the direction the needle offered. Suddenly, the world became legible. Patterns could be followed, routes could be repeated, and with that repeatability came power. The compass transformed exploration from blind wandering to deliberate, calculated expansion. By the 12th century, Chinese sailors were carrying their lodestones south, east, across treacherous waters. Trade flourished not by chance, but by the certainty of direction. Ports once isolated became nodes in a network, linked invisibly by the guidance of this single needle. And as the compass traveled, so too did the ideas of control, measurement, and mastery over nature. A needle across the world. Europe encountered the compass in the 13th century. The timing was no accident. A continent emerging from feudal fragmentation and the shadows of plague needed a new tool for ambition. The compass offered more than navigation. It offered confidence. The Portuguese and Venetians, already fierce in their drive for trade, seized it with a subtle, almost predatory enthusiasm. Consider the psychological shift. A navigator who once feared being lost in the Atlantic could now cross the ocean with faith. Entire empires were imagined, planned, and realized along the direction indicated by a magnetized needle. Portugal sailed to Africa. Spain crossed the Atlantic. The compass was a silent enabler of conquest, trade, and empire. And yet every compass carried a paradox. It promised certainty in a world that is inherently uncertain. The human mind craves direction, and the compass provided it. But in giving direction, it also amplified human ambition, greed, and the reach for control. Civilization's map was being redrawn, but the maps were not only geographical, they were psychological. The compass as a mirror. What does it say about humanity that a thin piece of metal could change the course of history? The compass is not merely a tool, it is a mirror of our deepest instincts, the desire to explore, to know, to dominate. It reflects our fascination with the unknown and our simultaneous need to constrain it. Every time a navigator set a course, every time a ship departed, humans were engaging in a dialogue with the planet itself. The compass offered not freedom from the world, but a framework for engaging it. It taught a lesson about certainty. It is seductive, transformative, and dangerous. Civilizations do not rise merely because of armies or wealth. They rise because of ideas, tools, and the capacity to extend human will. The compass, in its quiet insistence, allowed humans to extend their reach across oceans. It reshaped economies, accelerated cultural exchange, and made possible the globalized world we inhabit today. Navigation of the mind. If the compass changed the world physically, it also changed us mentally. Imagine the first sailor leaving familiar shores with only the trembling needle as his guide. That act required trust in something invisible, intangible, almost spiritual. The compass taught humans that direction could exist without immediate evidence. It planted a seed of abstraction. The world could be understood in ways that transcended the visible, the tactile, the local. Perhaps this is the deeper lesson. Humans are not content with the limits of perception. We invent tools not only to survive, but to expand our sense of reality. Every map, every line of latitude, every crossing of an ocean is as much a journey of the mind as of the body. The compass is emblematic of that duality, a concrete tool that enabled a leap into the abstract. Civilizations moved by invisible forces. History often tells of armies, kings, and discoveries. Rarely does it pause to recognize the small things that changed everything. The compass reminds us that progress is subtle. A needle, a thought, a principle can redirect the flow of human civilization. Consider trade. Spices, silk, gold, ideas, and religions all traveled along the paths defined by the compass. Imagine how different the world would be without this tiny guide. Would the Americas have been discovered when they were? Would the Silk Road have felt the same pressure from maritime trade? The compass shaped not only maps, but human expectation. Our sense that distance could be measured, that horizons could be crossed, that the unknown could be mastered. Every time a sailor adjusted a course by a trembling needle, they were not merely crossing water, they were crossing human limitation. Civilization became audacious because one object quietly demanded audacity. Lessons in orientation. So what does the compass teach us beyond history? It reminds us of the profound impact of clarity, of direction, of subtle tools that amplify human will. The needle points north, but it points inward as well. It asks, how do we navigate the invisible forces in our lives? Fear, ambition, curiosity, morality. How do we find our own true north amid chaos? Every invention, every idea carries the same paradox. It can liberate, illuminate, or control. The compass illuminated the oceans, but also guided the machinery of empires. It provided certainty, but certainty can be seductive. We are drawn to it, even when the horizon promises danger. Civilization has always been shaped by the tools we trust, and by the willingness to follow them into the unknown. The needle that still guides us. Today, we may rely on satellites, GPS, and digital maps, but the lesson of the compass endures. Small tools can catalyze massive change. Invisible forces can guide human destiny. A simple needle, when aligned with curiosity, vision, and courage, has the power to reshape the world. We are still, in a way, sailing by that trembling needle. Every time we make a choice, every time we venture beyond the familiar, we engage in the same dialogue our ancestors did, with the unknown, with the planet, with ourselves. The compass is not merely a relic of history. It is a reminder of what it means to navigate life, with patience, with courage, and with an awareness that the world can be understood, even if never fully mastered. Perhaps the compass changed civilization not because it moved ships, but because it moved minds. It taught humans to trust, to plan, to dare. It revealed that mastery over the world is always intertwined with mastery over oneself. And here, in the silence of reflection, lies the question for us today. What are the compasses in our own lives? Which tools, principles, or ideas guide us across the unknown oceans of our existence? And are we brave enough to follow them even when the horizon trembles? The needle points north. The question is, are we listening? If you found this exploration insightful, give this video a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Timeless Questions channel for more deep dives into philosophy, history, and human nature. Because the questions may be ancient, but the wisdom is timeless.